A 6-day operation by ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, scooped up more than 1,000 people, which they called illegals or criminals, or many of them just ordinary folk, just going about their business. Now, ICE has got a reputation now of getting things wrong, making mistakes, left, right and blooming centre. Now, I made a video earlier about this, and where a mother and her 3 children were pretty much, well, traumatised. They were dragged out of their home in the knickers and slapped on the lawn for everybody to see, it goes, and they were innocent. ICE later said, oh, we made a mistake. Will they get any compensation? Nah. Nothing. Will they get any help with therapy, considering that they're traumatised? Those kids are going to have nightmares. Will they get their stuff back in time? No. Could take a month or 2 before they have all their seized possessions, laptops, computers, and, mobile phones and money. Legal citizens as well, they were. Now, a bill was passed recently where every single Republican voted to, have the ability to deport US citizens. Born and bred US citizens. It don't matter if you've got a citizenship that's been awarded to you. No. Born and bred, no. That is the state of your country now. Well, this operation, a 6-day ICE operation in Florida, resulted in more than 1,000 arrests. 1,000. And they're hoping to implement that right across the country. They're hoping for law enforcement to help, so to speak. I don't know if they'll be too obliging in the blue states. Florida, though, What can you say? Now, they found that 60%, or so they say, I've had convictions, or, more than 60% of those picked up either had an arrest or a conviction. Now, since they changed the rules regarding visas and stuff like that, that if you've got any past convictions, you can be pretty much, scooped up and sent to El Salvador or wherever they want to deport you to, or traffic. Now, a lot of these people, if they're saying they've got convictions, just ordinary people, they might have made a mistake. And they got convicted. But they, paid their fines or paid their time. End of the day, they are people living in the United States, whether they are so-called illegals or citizens, or maybe they've got a visa or green card or whatever it might be. Under the Constitution, they've got a right of fair due process. It's in your Constitution, but, under this tyrannic government, headed up by Donald Trump, it don't matter anymore, does it? They don't care about your rights. And now they don't care about anybody's rights. They're hoping to implement this, like I say, across the rest of the United States. Now, the Florida agencies involved in the 6-day operation had signed such agreements where, this since January, Trump administration had expanded the number of agreements it had with local authorities. But it's a red state, you see, so, they don't care, do they? They're evil bastards. Yeah, Republicans, they are. I'm sorry. Don't try and tell me there's any good ones. Then maybe there is. But not under this incarnation. Like I said, every single Republican, lawmaker voted to deport American citizens. Make of that what you will. What side of the Constitution do they lay on, Now, these agreements are part of the 287G programme, which allows local law enforcement to collaborate with federal officials on immigration enforcement. Typically, in recent years, they meant that local law enforcement helped ICE with migrants already detained in their local lockups. But now, they're helping them go from door to door and basically scoop them up, bashing down their doors, grabbing them by whatever, chucking them on the fucking lawn, half fucking naked, they don't care. That's what they've been doing. And that's okay, is it? I would say not. It goes against any inkling of moral decency. This is actually making me really angry, I'll tell you. It really is. It's just something that it just feels like it should never, or could never have happened in the United States. I wouldn't expect it to happen in the United Kingdom. I wouldn't expect it to happen in European member states, unless it's Hungary, of course. Well, ICE has had had the ability to pair up with local authorities. They've had that for a long period of time. It's nothing new, but it's extreme now, in the sense of their behaviour is extreme. The way they're treating people is extreme. It's heavy-handed. It's bull in a china shop. Trump in the china shop, you could say. Now, Scott Shushat, sorry, it's my kid in me, that is. Yeah. A former senior ICE official in the Biden administration said the expansion of local law enforcement assisting ICE could help free up officers to handle other key parts of the deportation process, like working with representatives of other countries to obtain travel documents for removal and preparing flights, etc., etc., etc. Okay, maybe that's logical in some cases, but it is the level, it's the volume of people that they are gathering. You're not going to try and tell me that all these people are illegals, are you? They're not all fucking criminals, are you? I find that really hard to believe it. They've got a habit, haven't they? They've got precedents of deporting, or should I say, trafficking American citizens or people, like Bargo Garcia and what have you. Deporting these people to El Salvador just to, keep up their numbers, because don't forget, these organisations are run by corporations that have quotas to meet to keep their share values high. Of course they need more people. What happens once they've deported everybody? When they've now actually voted to be able to deport American citizens as well? Well, they're just trying to make their business model last a bit longer. Sounds logical to me. Now, obviously, this has received some pushback. Now, I would like to say what's going to happen when they start going into the old blue states. Now, I would say to you, quite frankly, I can't say what I really think on there because I'll get disbanded, but you need to start standing up for yourselves and your rights. You outnumber these MAGA by 3-1. And isn't it like every household or every person? Well, there's more guns than people, isn't there? I know. You can't go around shooting people. But, unfortunately, I can see a civil war. That's what I can see happening. Where a lot of people will get killed. Because of Donald Trump. Now, people are already dying through suicide, what have you, regarding the farmers and what have you. The suicide rates have gone through the feckin' roof. They're the highest suicide category in the United States. Yeah, no, it's not bloody dentists, like the whole 9 yards, no. It's farmers. And they voted for it. Just like our idiots who voted for it, like the MAGA voted for it. And now Latinos who voted for it are now getting scooped up as well. And trafficked by the US government. Yes, the government of the United States. by that feckin' Cheeto Bandito, Paprika Palpatine, Donald Trump. Well done. Well done. I hope you're pleased with yourselves, whoever voted for this feckin' madness. And I'm a geezer just looking in from abroad, from France, and watching what's going on. And for me, it saddens me. It saddens me, and I feel for the good people of the United States, people who just want to get on with their lives and get on with their business and feed their kids and their families and feed their kids and their families. I suppose it's the same thing, really, isn't it? Anyway, you tell me how you feel about this. Please leave it in the comments down below. I do actually read the comments. I can't always reply, but I do read the comments. And if you want a sports channel, you can do it on Patreon or Buzz Coffee or Super Thanks or whatever it is down below there. But yeah, just people a like button if you can. And maybe subscribe to the channel, little bell icon, because then you get a warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. But this is getting very concerning. Now, if they replicate this right across the United States, it's gonna be a shit show. It's gonna be a shit show. And if it isn't, what's fucking wrong with you? Toodaloo.